Saudi Arabia's love for the game ran deep. Their national team made its World Cup debut in 1994, stunning the world with a run to the round of 16.
A fabulous goal!
At home, football became more than entertainment. It became identity, a unifier in a rapidly modernizing kingdom. But despite the passion, the league lacked the infrastructure, investment, and global attention to break through. Stars didn't come, scouts didn't watch, and beyond its borders, few even knew it existed. But the Saudi League still had its own unique identity. That was the Saudi League. Proud, local, passionate, but invisible to the rest of the world. Until it wasn't.
Cristiano Ronaldo is heading to Saudi Arabia.
Cristiano Ronaldo will join Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia.
Cristiano Ronaldo has signed for Saudi side Al Nassr. They have now
On December 30th, 2022, football shifted. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest players in the history of the game, joined Al Nassr, a club many outside Saudi Arabia had never heard of. Some said it was the end of an era, others the beginning of a new one. But few realized that this wasn't just a transfer. It was the opening move in something far bigger. Football isn't just a sport. It's culture, it's identity. It's the only language spoken in every corner of the globe, fluent in passion, tribal in loyalty, and unmatched in scale. In a fractured world, football is one of the last things that unites billions. From the favelas of Brazil to the backstreets of Riyadh, it commands the kind of devotion nations dream of. And that's precisely why Saudi Arabia chose it. Not because it's easy to control, but because it's impossible to ignore. Vision 2030 isn't just about money, it's about narrative. It's about reshaping how the world sees Saudi Arabia and how Saudi Arabia sees itself.
Mohammed bin Salman has invested billions of dollars in large-scale entertainment and sporting initiatives.
Football was only one chapter. Engines came first.
The Saudi Grand Prix is underway. A brilliant race that was.
To Usyk, the crowd are chanting.
Heavyweight boxing re-centered itself on Riyadh. Mega fights that once belonged to Vegas and London, now staged under desert skies. Belts unified, rematches minted, walkouts built like movie trailers. Broadcasters followed the money. So did the fighters. The undercards hummed with prospects. The main events rewired the sport's geography. But that wasn't even all. The Saudis' budget seemed to have no limits. WWE pyrotechnics, esports arenas, tennis exhibitions, global tours routed through season after season, hotels full, visas stamped, a tourism flywheel spinning faster. This wasn't improvisation, it was policy.
Sports has helped normalize the country so much that at this point they are relying on what's called checkbook diplomacy, whereby they're able to just buy out any sport they want.
But there was one thing shadowing the spotlight: politics.
This diplomatic blitz raising accusations of sports washing to distract from the kingdom's troubling human and civil rights record.
Critics called it sports washing.
Sports washing. It's likely a term you have heard a lot recently. The use of games and teams in competition to cleanse a country's image and launder a reputation.
Supporters called it modernization, opening public space, normalizing women and families in stands, building industries that outlive oil. Both truths wrestled in the same arena. The reality: power speaks many languages, and sport is the one everyone hears. And in the world of sport, Nothing commands global attention quite like football.
Messi.
Messi!
No kidding! Come on! This man is absolutely mainline!
Il y a du monde, il y a Trezeguet! Ah oui, oui! L'équipe de France est championne d'Europe! L'équipe de France est championne d'Europe! René!
Busca Neymar, es buena para el brasileño, madre mía, qué golazo.
Saudi Arabia wasn't just buying a game, they were buying relevance, legitimacy, cultural capital. But they needed a spark. And in December 2022, they found it. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of football's most recognizable icons, signed for Al Nassr in a deal worth over $200 million a year.
Cristiano Ronaldo landed the most lucrative contract in sporting history, a signing on fee of £38 million.
488 grand a day.
I'm so proud to make this big decision in my life in Europe. I won everything. I played in the most important clubs. And for me now it's a new challenge.
It was more than a signing. It was a statement. A message to the world that Saudi Arabia was no longer content to sit on the sidelines of global football. And soon, Ronaldo would not be alone.
Karim Benzema has got a huge decision to make. The Saudi Arabian side are offering him a deal worth close to £350 million.
Neymar, he is the latest big name that will be heading to the Saudi Arabia.
After Ronaldo's arrival, the dominoes began to fall. Some came quietly, others arrived with fireworks, but all carried the same message. Saudi football was no longer a distant outpost. It was now a destination. Karim Benzema, a player fresh off a Ballon d'Or. N'Golo Kante, still among the most respected midfielders in the game. Riyad Mahrez, a Premier League champion just months earlier. And dozens more. The motivations varied. Some chased the chance to be pioneers in a new league. Others sought more playing time, a different lifestyle, and yes, the extraordinary financial packages on offer. In the past, leagues outside Europe offering big paydays were dismissed as retirement homes for aging stars, places to collect a final paycheck before walking away. But the Saudi Pro League wanted none of that stigma. By targeting players still capable of competing at the highest level and surrounding them with infrastructure to match, the SPL was attempting something different, something bigger. It was a recruitment drive unlike anything football had seen before, and it sent shockwaves far beyond the Middle East, all the way to the halls of UEFA and FIFA. In Europe, the reaction was immediate and uneasy. What began as a handful of high-profile transfers was starting to feel like a shift in football's balance of power. The Champions League, once the undisputed pinnacle for club football, was now facing a new competitor for the game's biggest stars. Not a rival league in Europe, but one backed by unprecedented wealth, ambition, and a national plan. For UEFA, this wasn't just about losing players, it was about losing prestige. Every superstar who left for Saudi Arabia took with them global attention, shirt sales, and the ability to draw eyes to Europe's biggest nights. FIFA, meanwhile, watched with interest. The Saudi Pro League's growing influence could shape future World Cups, especially with Saudi Arabia positioning itself as a potential host. And for the Premier League, the financial superpower of club football, the question was blunt. Could they be outspent? Could they be outshined? The Saudi Pro League's rise looked unstoppable. A wave of signings, headlines, and glittering promises. But in the end, this won't be judged by fireworks or follower counts. Not by how many legends landed, but by what gets built after they do. And the crucial question, can a league buy time and spend it wisely? Time to train coaches, not just sign scorers. Time to turn training centers into academies and academies into pipelines. Time for teenagers to hear their name on a Friday night and believe they belong. If the calendar tightens, the pitches sharpen, and the tempo rises, players stay because the football is good, not just the contracts. And if that happens, this won't read like a detour in football's map. It'll read like a new road, drawn in permanent ink.